Hi Curious and welcome back. Now, who doesn't remember Paul Walker from one of his most memorable roles as Brian O'Connor in the Fast and Furious series? His untimely passing was a shock to many, and we are sure that many of you will remember him with a lot of nostalgia, but you're not the only ones. In fact, his castmates have paid tribute to the late actor in the best way. What did Vin Diesel and Cody Walker, Paul's brother, do that got everyone talking about them? Why did fans go crazy online with news about the new release of the new Fast and Furious movie on June 25th? What have been the most touching statements about the actor's life that continue to resonate with people even after his passing? You will find the answers to all these questions and much more in this video, but before we continue to look at how this actor was honoured, make sure you turn on the notifications and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. We said at the start that in this video we are going to talk about Paul Walker's appearance in the Fast and Furious movies, but we are also going to talk about the preview of the latest movie that is about to be released, so spoiler alert, continue watching at your own risk. Walker, who had lost his life in a car accident in 2013, has left his mark over time as being part of the cast of this famous saga. His character is adored by fans, and not only them, but also by those close to the actor. In fact, his brother had said that Vin Diesel and the rest of the cast of the Fast and Furious saga had said that the producers of the film had made the right decision in the 7th film by letting the character of Brian O'Connor drive into the sunset. Cody Walker had also added that he thinks his brother would get a kick out of where it's gone, and those last words are not without a grain of truth, so stay with us until the end to find out why. While Walker's appearance in the 7th film was posthumous, he isn't the only actor to have made an appearance on screen after their passing, and if you want to find out more about others who did, we invite you to check out our brand new channel CURIOSIPS WOW and watch the video about stars that have passed away but continued acting. And it's only been 20 years since Dominic Toretto and Brian O'Connor raced their cars through the streets of Los Angeles for the first time. It has now evolved into a saga that has touches of science fiction, espionage, action and much more. And by that last one, it's because it really is a lot more. The Fast and Furious franchise has reached a point where anything can happen. And yes, curious. In fact, in this latest movie, unimaginable things can happen in mind-blowing scenarios, including a possible crossover with dinosaurs. Can you imagine this? And on top of that, there is also supposed to be featured a trip to space. If you want to know more details, then make sure to stay with us until the very end. This saga has grossed over $5.8 billion worldwide and ranks as the 10th highest grossing and most profitable movie series of all time, with several media outlets reporting that it has become Universal's biggest series to date. And with the 9th installment of the Fast and Furious saga just around the corner, as it will hit theatres on June 25th, that is given there are no last-minute changes due to the pandemic, especially given that the release date was changed more than 3 times. So for now, my curious, it is the perfect time to catch up with the previous movies, including Paul Walker himself, who never imagined the success of the film when it was first released in 2001. No one else could have predicted what this series would become. Even producer Neil Moritz didn't think more of the title, originally considering Race Wars and Racer X. Then Moritz came across a document with footage from a 1995 film of the same name, and Universal ended up licensing the title. The first film not only launched a multimedia saga that includes 9 movies, 10th currently in the making, and a spin-off, but it also launched the careers of Vin Diesel and Paul Walker. And it really doesn't matter so much with how many new crazy things the characters had to deal with. Surely Dom, Letty, Roman and Brian had seen it all, as have the audiences, because what can we say, curious? If you like the movie, and even if you're not a mega fan, at some point you will see their eccentric adventures thanks to the high doses of action with fast cars, which at times make it hard to look away, as you want to know what will happen next. This also includes the alleged and aforementioned trip to space. And to add another interesting fact with regards to this saga, even the cars have to audition if they want to appear in the movie. So curious, as you can see, the producers take their role very seriously so that they can keep all of us 100% entertained. Besides, of course, taking care of every detail to make sure that nothing puts the actors' lives at risk. But here let's also talk about Paul Walker and his legacy, because Brian O'Connor will have an appearance in this movie. Stay with us until the end to find out all about this. Recently, ahead of the 9th movie hitting theatres, Cody Walker, Paul's brother, has been outspoken about the tribute the latest production has paid to his brother. Cody, Vin, and the rest of the cast members are very pleased with the good and tasteful tribute to the late actor's character Brian O'Connor. As fans of the series, and especially fans of Paul, will know, the unfortunate accident where the actor lost his life did not occur on the film set, but at the time of the tragedy, he was in the middle of filming the 7th film. The script for the 8th installments referred to his character repeatedly. Cody has shared that since he was in high school and the first film came out, which also starred his brother, it was the reason for his love of cars, and he attributes this to the famous series. He also confessed that many people still stop him on the streets to tell him that Paul is the reason that they love cars so much, and he always gives them the same response, which is an enthusiastic "me too." Speaking of Walker and cars, some of you might be interested to know that Paul's orange 1994 Toyota Supra from the movie will go up for auction at the end of this month, so his brother anticipates a great figure from the winner, and we can only imagine that many people will be offering mind-blowing amounts to have the car that belonged to the late actor and which featured in the famous series. Speaking of fast cars and the way Cody has capitalized on his brother's legacy, Cody's Fuel Fest will arrive in Los Angeles later this month, just a few days before the release of the new movie, which can be taken as a very smart move, taking advantage of the marketing wave that has brought in much success for the saga. The celebration will have some of the best mind-blowing, exotic, rare and also the most exclusive cars from around the globe. There will also be live music, drift shows and live drag racing. If you're a fan of cars and are in the area, then this would be something that you cannot miss. However, Cody isn't the only one who keeps the memory of Paul alive. The late actor's 22-year-old daughter, Meadow Walker, recently made everyone talk about her when she shared an emotional photo of her embracing the actor Vin Diesel, alongside his daughter Hanya. She captioned the photo with the word family. The two are certainly very close, as her father has even decided to make Vin Meadow's godfather. Diesel has long referred to himself as Meadow's uncle. In fact, for her 21st birthday, he dedicated a very sweet message to her on Instagram, where he wrote, "I could say that I'm so proud of the person you are becoming, but the truth is I have always been proud of you. Happy birthday, Meadow. I know it's your 21st and you wanted to go big in Japan, but the family has a cake waiting for you when you get home, so hurry. Love you, kid." So according to how Cody described that Paul would be very happy with this movie, most likely referring to how he would be elated to see how his friends from the set actually became a family, and also that the Fast and Furious series has surpassed all odds, and since the latest one promises to do the exact same and be even bigger, fans can expect to be in for a big dose of excitement. Okay, curious, spoiler alert. This preview of the movie from the trailer has surprised many fans. Of course, it all comes with the action, giant magnets, vehicles jumping through dangerous cliffs, plus a brief appearance of the character of the late Paul Walker as a tribute to him. The return of Han, who is played by the actor Sung Kang, who apparently had lost his life in a previous installment, and there is even a trip to outer space. All this in the middle of a brutal battle between Dominic Toretto and his younger brother Jacob, played by John Cena. This has made fans super excited for the release of the movie, and many can't wait to see the film in full to be able to connect all the dots and find out exactly what is going on. What's more interesting is that singers Ozuna and Cardi B have also been announced as cast members. But touching back upon the appearance of Paul Walker, seeing an image of him had raised many feelings in the public. The portal popculture.com had indicated that including Walker's character in the universe of Fast and Furious was very relevant to the director Justin Lin. After the release of the trailer, he spoke with Variety and said, "The idea of Brian O'Connor still alive in this universe is very impactful and it's very important. As some of you might know, this latest installment is paving the way for the end of the entire series. So this latest release is the beginning of the final chapter, and that's why they had felt it was logical to place O'Connor in his universe that is beginning its farewell. The idea of showing Brian happy with his children was definitely a very sensitive tribute to Walker and his family, and as Lynn himself had said in an interview, I think that in 9 you will feel the presence of Brian, for sure." And so curious, did you like the way the production team and the cast of the new release will honor Paul Walker? Did you know about the strong bond between Vin Diesel and Paul Walker's daughter? What are your expectations from the upcoming film? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. Until next time.